Oh, yeah. NBA on SchmoZone, on the SchmoTable. Not on NBC. We're not on NBC. Sorry. But I'm Shake and Bake here with D-Bach and Rain Man, as always, here to break down Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And what a riveting quarter and a half it was.
Shake and Bob Costas.
Shake and Bob Costas. I can deal with that.
I feel like you should be introducing Michael Jordan and Karl Malone right now, and giving us 2-minute diatribes on each city. And like,
I can do that.
You can do it.
And
okay.
mistaking MJ's wife for his mom.
Bob Costas, did he do that?
Are you serious? She's like, so what does your mom think of this? And then Michael Jordan goes, that's my wife.
Oh, wow. That's such a Bob Costas move.
Poor Bob.
MJ looked like he was about to kill him.
Now he's relegated to the halftime, like a 1-minute segment of the halftime show.
Well, no, he retired.
He retired, but yeah, he's relegated to that. He's done with that officially?
I think so. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs, but for now,
yeah, I thought he still did this Sunday night.
Hopefully, so. That's where I want Bob Costas.
Yeah. And the Olympics every 4 years.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Well, NBA Finals, gents. The game was great for. You're right. I should say 2 quarters to 2.5 quarters. First half was spectacular. I mean, that was one of the best first halves of basketball I watched in a while. You know, I didn't talk to a person tonight who didn't agree. The second half, on the other hand, was all Warriors all the time, and I loved it. Warriors beating up on the Cavs.
I know you're a Cincy guy, but you're pulling for the Warriors.
I do not support the city of Cleveland.
I agree with that. I mean, I traditionally don't, but I kind of hate the Warriors.
I hate the Warriors.
I hate the Warriors.
Absolutely.
Rain Man, you hate the Warriors.
Do you guys hate the Warriors because of Kevin Durant, or did you hate them before?
Okay, so my hatred started.
Rain Man, we know you hate him because of Kevin Durant. We know that.
Steven Adams in the nuts twice and didn't get suspended.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they beat the Thunder and stole our star. Like, fuck.
Are you playing for the Thunder now?
Yes.
You might have been playing for the Thunder, to be honest.
I know.
Yeah. They have that many bad shooters on the team.
I might have made the team this year.
DeMontis, is that you? DeMontis Sabonis? Are you on the? Is that you right now? No, but I kind of hate the Warriors. Well, I kind of hate their fans because they don't know the real hardships of being a Warriors fan. Like, I mean, like at least like 85, 90% of them don't.
So,
like the Charles Brewer choking his coach. That's
PJ Carlesimo.
Right.
Yeah. Don Nelson back in the day.
Right.
Listen.
But see, my thing is, so Rain Man, you actually just hate them because of Kevin Durant. So your argument is null and void because you.
That's not true.
You literally just said that.
You just said it.
No, I said just Draymond kicked them in the nuts, and they've consistently like they are the epitome. Like people complained about LeBron's super team and like all this stuff. And look, the Warriors.
You complained about the way LeBron did it because LeBron was a dick about it.
Right.
2-hour special about how he's leaving his hometown.
Very true. Very true.
That was very
Kevin
true.
Durant just said, I mean, Oklahoma City traded away Kevin Durant's best chances. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue Presti made the wrong choice with Serge Ibaka over James Harden, but, I think
Serge Ibaka too, either way. So.
Well, I mean,
let's get to the bottom of this. Rain Man hates the Warriors because of Kevin Durant. Shake and Bake. What was your?
I have no animosity towards the Warriors. I mean, I don't like that Kevin Durant went there just to ring chase because that's what he did. Right. We know that's what he did, and that's his prerogative. It's really lame, and he should have tried to win one for OKC. I love Draymond's attitude. I love his shit talking. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great for sports. It's great for sports. Someone needs a villain on a likable team because there's no denying that the Warriors are a likable team. Steph Curry is incredibly likable because he's the only NBA player who seems human. Klay Thompson is likable even though he doesn't want to be a superstar. Zaza's a dick, but he's a 1-year rental.
Well,
they brought back JaVale McGee. God love JaVale McGee.
Well, Klay Thompson's likable because he looks like Corey Matthews.
Yes, that too. He does.
That is why he's very likable. He's the most likable. I mean, is there anybody more likable than Corey Matthews?
It's hard to say.
In the world.
Sean Matthews is up there, but I'm not still not
Sean
Hunter.
Sean Hunter. What about? Oh, you're talking about Corey's brother.
Yeah,
that's Eric.
That's Eric.
Eric,
Matthews.
you're right. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah,
Come
he's very likable as well.
Yes,
And I think
Phoenix.
I think the mom is too, Mrs. Matthews.
Mrs. Matthews is solid, but I've though until this year when they they splurged on Kevin Durant and I don't blame the Warriors for signing Kevin Durant. Of course, they're gonna fucking sign Kevin Durant.
Right.
Like, who the hell wouldn't? I blame Kevin Durant for kind of being lame and going, especially after he was the Oklahoma City franchise. Like, he was their mainstay.
I get that, but he spent 9 years in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I know.
Like that fucking city. I mean, come on.
Oil money.
Look,
oil money. Yeah.
He didn't owe the Thunder anything, and it's his right to choose. And I'm
really doubling back on your point here, man.
His right to choose. Are we talking about abortion? What's going on here, Rayman?
Come on, man. Anyway, so I'm mad at him for doing it, and obviously the Thunder I thought would have had an amazing chance with the moves they've made, actually, but it is a lame move.
It is a lame move, but I don't blame the Warriors for it. Until this year, they were the team that kind of did it the right way. They did it through the draft. They made smart free agent signings like Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, and they have mostly just homegrown pieces. Yeah, this year they kind of ditched that and had to do some veteran minimums, and a guy like Zaza Pachulia to get Kevin Durant and make this team work. But they haven't really missed a beat. And I love Stephen Curry. I love the way Stephen Curry plays. Mm-hmm. I love everything about his game. He's the fastest scorer in the game. That shot is freaking impeccable and ridiculous. It's one of the hardest shots to block in the NBA, if not the hardest. And I've liked him since that breakout year in college. And I just think he's a likable guy. I like the Warriors. I'm glad they're back in the finals, and I want them to continue to beat up on the Cavs.
All right. So what do we make of the series? So we got Warriors obviously took care of business. 20.
I want to see game 2.
Win. Right.
But after game 2, if game 2 is the same as this, it'll be a gentleman's sweep. It'll be 5-1 or 4-1, 5-game series, and the Warriors will win 4-1.
Okay. So LeBron being what about right now? I'm saying right now, not what happens in game 2. Right now, LeBron is
now it's obvious that the Warriors are just a better team overall. And I mean, Durant had his best his best final/playoff game period, I think, tonight.
Right.
That
38, 8
and 8, 3 of 6 from 3. Stephen Curry probably had one of his best finals games, 28, 10 and 6, shooting 50%. And at the end of the day, the Warriors stopped the unstoppable freight train and held LeBron. Yeah, sure, LeBron had 28 points and 15 rebounds and 8 assists. That looks like a great box score. 2 made buckets in the second half. 2.
Yep.
Well, I think only 4 assists.
I think
not like he was just dishing dimes to wide open 3-point shooters.
I think the biggest thing about the game was that LeBron had 7 turnovers, and I think that's the biggest attraction from his stat line was those 7 turnovers. And the Warriors had 4 all game.
The defense of the Cavs looked like end of year Cavs, not playoff Cavs that we've seen.
And that's the thing. I think when LeBron.
Oh, go ahead, Ray, man.
Whenever LeBron went up for a shot and thought he got fouled, he would complain to the refs while the Warriors were getting out on transition.
Mm-hmm. And
that was one of the biggest problems they had. And Durant feasted on that.
I counted 3 times that LeBron himself moved out of the way for Kevin Durant to get a wide open dunk in the lane. 3 times. That's unacceptable. You're the best player in the world. Sack the hell up. And that's the other thing I think about why LeBron's and LeBron carries a huge load, so he kind of can slack off on defense here and there. But LeBron James, when you're his size and have his athleticism and strength, you should be able to go up for blocks on that, or at least contest. Make him try and miss the shot.
Yeah. Well, LeBron is he's now 1-7 in game 1s in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
As a LeBron backer right now in this series, I want to see him win. I want to see the Cavs win. Got my money on the Cavs.
Ooh.
As a LeBron back, I'm feeling okay. I'm okay.
That's fair.
I'm ready for game 2.
If game 2 looks like this will be a gentleman's sweep. Cleveland will
They
get
were
one.
they started down 2-0 last series, didn't they?
They started
they were
down
down.
3-0.
No, they weren't down 3-0. They were down 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
And they were down. I think they were down 2-0. They were down 2-0. I think. Right?
Yeah, because then the game 3 they just rained threes down in Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
and then they lost, and then
they just look like the Warriors just look so much better in all facets of the game. There's no doubt about it.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing, LeBron was not good in transition defense, and the rest of the Cavs just looked completely lost. And you can't have. Yeah, Kevin Love and Kyrie played decently, but they had no other support, and the defense just looked lost. The Warriors had.
They looked terrible. Like what else? I mean, they looked really bad in the second half, and I think it's just like the Cavs need to do. It's time to move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
So what we talk about here, Shane?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna stick with the finals, but we're gonna talk about a celebrity appearance that happened with the finals, and music star Rihanna was at the game, and she was chirping, and she wasn't whispering sweet nothings into anyone's ear or cheering loudly for the Cavs, because apparently she's an avid LeBron fan, something I learned tonight.
Right.
She was screaming at Kevin Durant. Oh my God, just giving him hell. And I just thought it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew that, Rihanna was, in enemy territory as well. Which is probably the best part about it. And because she was sitting right next to Jeff Van Gundy. Yeah. So I knew Jeff Van Gundy made some references about him like staring down Rihanna or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably something really creepy.
The best was LeBron had a huge dunk. Like it was an incredible one. And I think it was the one tested against JaVale McGee. And he goes, "Holy crap. Rihanna just walked right past me." And Mike Green and we're just like, really? That was an amazing play, and that's what you have to comment on? Yeah, it's like, it was a good play. Like, it was no big deal. It was Rihanna though,
which I love.
Well, it's so Rihanna. I mean, you could hear her saying "brick," I guess.
You could hear her saying "brick," and after the game, she was caught on video, walking out of the stadium saying, "Game 1 don't matter, bitch. The king is the king and always will be," or something of that nature.
Game 1, she's right. Game 1 don't matter.
I think that's fair.
Didn't matter last year. Hasn't mattered a lot of times for LeBron James.
Hence why I'd like to see Game 2 before I really say it's over. But that's a convincing start to this finals if you're the Warriors fans.
I mean, Durant. I'm just watching the replays right now. I mean, Durant is running through these holes just like Sean Kemp hasn't even seen holes this big.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to touch on, actually, Divock, kind of circling back, that you mentioned about Warriors fans. I think in our neck of the woods, there are a lot of very spoiled bandwagon Warriors fans that aren't real. And that's fair. I think the Warriors for a long time have had a lot of bad teams under Don Nelson and have been, really up and down basically until Mark Jackson got there. Correct? I think that's
correct.
Fair,
yeah, true. Let me tell you something.
Their attendance, though, has never been bad. They've always had one of the best attendance in the NBA, and I think fans in the Bay Area have always been very loyal. Obviously, it's gotten to a new level now that they're the team in the NBA. But I think Warriors fans on the West Coast are very different than the Warriors fans that you and I have to deal with here in the Windy City or Rain Man might see on the East Coast.
Right.
True Warriors fans remember Adonal Foyle. That is all I'll say.
Or Andres Biedrins, or if you can't name 5 players who were on the 08 squad that beat the Mavs when they were an 8 seed.
Don't do that. That's hard for people. That's even hard for me. It's not hard for me, but it's hard for it's hard for people that, like, even if they fouled the Warriors, then it could be hard for them.
Really?
Yeah,
you're actually a fan.
Yeah, I would say so. In 08 for the 08 team, yeah.
Let's see if you guys eyes on that squad.
On that 08 team, that was the Baron Davis, Corey Maggette, Biedrin, Monta Ellis, Jason Richardson, Biedrins. I mean, that was that squad. Troy Murphy, was he on that team?
Yep.
That was that squad. Probably like Speedy Claxton. Is he on the team?
Speedy Claxton was not.
He might have been. He wasn't on the team.
Jamal Crawford was on that team.
Oh, there you go. I forgot Jamal Crawford was on the Warriors. There you go. Probably it was Eric Dampier on that team?
No.
He was on the Mavs.
Well, one you guys didn't get, Al Harrington. There's a throwback.
Oh.
Anthony Morrow was on that team. Good old Ronnie Turioff was on that team.
Oh, of course he was. The Turioff monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who else is on that squad? Give me the rest.
CJ Watson was on that squad.
Oh, of course.
Ben McGinney. Marco Bellinelli was on that squad.
Oh, the Bellinelli.
DJ Mabenga. Here's.
Oh my God, DJ Babanga.
Yeah.
Babanga. You know,
I think you just set Divock off on a 30-minute about DJ.
Babanga. I could go on.
One of my favorite players of all time, Kalena Azubuike, was on that team.
Abuki Babanga. Babuki Babanga. Oh my God, Kalena Azubuike and DJ Babanga on the same basketball squad.
Yeah, and a young, I believe this was his rookie year, Anthony Randolph.
Oh,
you guys remember Anthony Randolph?
Do I remember? Randolph the Gray, of course.
Yeah. He was supposed to be the next thing at the power forward position. He was supposed to shoot, be able to run.
So was Darko Milicic. Let's be real.
He'll break out in a year now.
Hey,
he'll break out.
Darko Milicic never scored like 48 points in a game.
Larry Brown broke Darko Milicic. That's a different story, though.
Darko Milicic broke Darko Milicic. Stop that.
Yeah, don't put that on Larry. Larry was a great coach for many a year.
You gonna blame Darko Milicic on Larry Brown? Raymond, what do you have to blame? What's next you're gonna put blame on that doesn't belong? Raymond? You thinking about it?
I'm good for now, but
okay.
Yeah, no, Larry Brown did destroy Darko Milicic.
You put the blame again on him.
There's evidence for it, but
no, there isn't evidence.
This is not the. We'll talk
place and time. You know what there is evidence of? That John Clayton got fired from ESPN.
There is a lot of evidence about that, and there's a lot of shame that goes in on that. Hold on.
Are you a nun?
Yeah, no.
One second.
There we go.
There it is.
Shame. ESPN.
Are we gonna make ESPN GM John Skipper walk the walk of shame?
Yeah.
Cersei Lannister style.
The walk of renewal or whatever the hell it is, and that phenomenal show that I can't wait for it to come back.
Very phenomenal.
But yeah, ESPN fired John Clayton. They keep laying off a lot of their not just their big names, but seasoned guys that have been around forever and have earned better than that. You know, like that at a certain point, there's a respect thing. Like John Clayton is probably the driest reporter there ever was, but goddamn, he was good at his job. Like, give the man some credit.
He was the professor.
Yeah,
and he had the best part. When the tweet he put out. Let's talk about that tweet.
I'm keeping the ponytail.
I'm keeping the ponytail. Oh man, the best ESPN commercial I think ever.
Yeah.
Tweet said, "This is Sports Center." The one, the Slayer, and they listen to Slayer and done with
I'm done with my spot.
Yeah. Mom, I'm done with my segment. Oh man, and then he did the ponytail, and everyone's just like wondering if the ponytail's real or not.
Yeah. You never know.
We don't know, but apparently in the Twitterverse it is.
I don't get how you fire a guy like John Clayton, but keep all of the baseball guys, who I feel like the baseball guys staff as a whole hasn't been hit.
Jason Stark was fired, right?
But none of the obviously Buster Olney wasn't going to get fired, but like a Tim Kirkshin, if John Clayton is expendable, Tim Kirkshin is expendable.
Basically, and I don't think Tim Kirkshin is expendable.
Meh.
Is he? You think so?
I like Buster Olney more than I like Tim Kirkshin. They both can figure out what your batting average is depending on the angle of the sun and the time of year it is, but
Right.
But
I mean,
I just like the way. Maybe I just like the way Buster Olney tells it to me more than Tim Kirchin does.
I mean, I think they're like per sport. It was like Pierre LeBrun for hockey, who's gone. Mark Stein.
Wait, hockey exists?
Hockey hasn't been covered nearly.
Not in Bristol, Connecticut.
Shifted
That's
to
for goddamn sure.
But it does exist.
Oh.
Pierre LeBrun was let go, unfortunately. Mark Stein is their basketball guru, and Zach Lowe kills it.
Well, hold on, right, man. Did we just have LeBron and LeBrun in the same podcast? I think we did.
We did.
Wow, that's a first. LeBron and LeBrun.
Two men that don't
titans
have
of their sport.
But
I mean, he's the LeBrun of hockey.
It's unfortunate. I think ESPN's is making a huge transition, and they're changing. They're pivoting their style because I think they're losing ground. And
I mean, they've been burning money for years, basically, because nothing has changed about their 9 to 5 lineup in ages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean what's the newest show?
With Michael
Bomani Jones.
Oh, Levitard. Le Batard, Bomani, and his dad.
Yeah.
I like that show.
Yeah. It has its moments for me.
I like it.
But I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, that's honestly their newest show, though. Like,
what about Michael and what about Michael Smith and Jamel Hill?
Yeah, that's Sports Center at 6. It's not like a new show. It's just the new take on Sports Center.
But no,
and the SVP returned for late night and some other stuff. But
and they got rid of Numbers Don't Lie. Numbers Never Lie.
Yeah, that was probably better. That was a show.
They got sports. See, I don't watch ESPN anymore, really. So Sports Nation, is Sports Nation still going on?
Yeah, it still sucks.
It still sucks.
Yeah, Mike and Mike. I mean, the whole Mike and Mike thing too.
Yeah,
there's a juicy take. There's some drama.
Lots of mics.
Do you guys know if Golick is getting laid off or if it's just Greenberg getting his own show?
I think it's Greenberg getting his own show, and Golick was pissed that it was like the Kelly Ripa, Michael Strahan thing, apparently. That
Michael was a tragedy for everyone.
A lot of Michaels. The Kelly Ripa, Michael Strahan ditching Kelly Ripa to go to Good Morning America, right?
Yeah, and Kelly Ripa was really pissed that he didn't tell her.
Like violently pissed.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's the situation. I don't know, but that's what I've heard.
I feel like you don't want to make Kelly Ripa violently pissed.
No.
She seems you can't. She just seems like the violent.
She might be skinny, but those nails are long and sharp.
Very.
And she's probably very scrappy.
Scrappy.
Cat style.
She's a female version of Danny Amendola.
Sure.
Scrappy. I don't know. What is it? Scrappy.
On that note, speaking of scrappy or scrapping, it's a little late, but let's talk about Bryce Harper and Hunter Strickland just getting into it. That's great. That was awesome.
That was great.
I loved it. Great for sports.
Because Hunter Strickland's a douche.
So
Hunter Strickland is a douche. What a whiny little girl. Baby. Sorry, it's 2017. I shouldn't be gender specific.
Yeah. Whiny little girl or boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what a child. He hits 2 home runs off you 2 years ago, and you hit him with a pitch in your first meeting back.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. You're right. 3 years ago. It was 2014.
I understand baseball players. Yeah, I understand baseball players have long memories. I get that.
You can't get mad at a guy for being better than you.
It was just so obvious too.
Yeah.
Like Buster Posey not running out to help out.
Well, Buster Posey was apparently told to stay out of the fight.
I don't think he was told to stay out of the fight. I think he just decided. I don't think anyone knew.
He didn't run up, and then you kind of see him run up, and you see one of his teammates hold out their hand just because Buster Posey has had his own accident, and they don't want him getting messed up because he's important. Right. And also, then you saw Madison Bumgarner just stand there on the edge of the bench because he couldn't run in a fight because he's on the DL.
So a great story that actually ties back to the Warriors. about people not helping someone in a fight like Buster Posey didn't is in the Western Conference Finals in 1976, Rick Barry was punched in the face by Ricky Sobers, and none of his teammates helped him. And so he didn't realize, and his toupee fell off. So him adjusting it.
Wait, his toupee fell off?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
His toupee
That's
fell off. You got to
great.
watch
Wait,
it.
guys. A more important note. Rayman just told a good story.
That was a good story, and I can't wait for LeBron's toupee to fall off.
I know, dude. He's like in Dollar Hair Club now, so he just has real hair.
Did Darren Williams paint on his hair like Boozer the other during the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, but that's fantastic.
I think that happened.
That's awesome.
But,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but no one helped
you
Rick Barry.
like painted on hair? Okay, go on, Raymond. Your story.
No one helped Rick Barry. He passed the ball and didn't shoot for the rest of the half, and the Warriors ended up losing the Western Conference Finals because Rick Barry was pissed off at his teammates for not helping him out during a fight.
I'd be pissed too if my
yeah.
friends didn't help me when my toupee got knocked off. I think that
I know, right?
like I would be so mad. Like I worked hard to make that toupee stick to my head while I'm sweating my brains out.
But the good thing is Carlos Boozer's hair never fell off. It was definitely there.
It's never there.
That's why you got to do the spray paint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rayon hair. One more thing tying back to basketball and feud. Actually, this kind of goes in with feuds. Have you guys seen the Glenn Big Baby Davis Austin Rivers kind of feud that's going on right now?
I heard about it briefly. I didn't. He said he pretty much just called Big Baby Davis like out of shape, fat.
Well, so
didn't work hard.
Austin Rivers was on a couple of the Fox Sports 1 shows yesterday, and or 2 days ago, excuse me. And he was like, and Big Baby Davis is a frequenter to the Fox Sport 1 lineup of shows, and he just talks so much smack about him and Doc aren't really close anymore, and Rondo and Ray Allen isn't invited back to the Celtics party or championship reunion because he kind of quit on the team, and talks smack about the Clippers, and he talks a lot of smack for a guy who was always just an average NBA player.
Yeah,
right. He does.
And so Austin Rivers goes on one of the shows, I think it was The Herd, and is people ask him like, Glenn Baby Davis says a lot of these things, blah blah, and how do you feel about this in the locker room? And Austin Rivers was like, you know what? I don't know how he can be mad at me, my dad, our team, being the Clippers, obviously, when he was out of shape, late for meetings, didn't practice, was, like I said, always out of shape, and didn't learn the playbook. So why do you think he doesn't play? Because he did all those things all the time. So on Twitter, from his Hawaiian vacation, Big Baby Davis just calls Austin Rivers a bitch and told him that his daddy gave him all his money. He hasn't earned anything.
Right. Yeah,
and
I mean,
it was just
how many times has Austin Rivers heard that? So I mean,
I'm sure that rolls off his shoulders. But I was just like, wow, what an aggressive response by someone who is completely irrelevant to the NBA,
and has been for a couple years now.
Yeah,
very much. Draymond Green's at his press conference dressed like Michael Jackson. By the way,
that's fantastic.
Like legitimately dressed like Michael Jackson.
We need to show that on the Schmo Zone tomorrow.
Okay, I will.
Share it out on the social media.
I'm gonna take a picture of it right now.
The kids are into the social media these days. They'll enjoy that. I think that's good.
I'll try to find Rick Barry.
Okay.
Well, speaking of Day and the Warriors, let's wrap up the SchmoTable with a prediction for Game 2. Score prediction and winner prediction. Rain Man, I'll start with you.
I think it's going to be another pretty big blowout. I'm going to say 110-95.
Cavaliers, right?
No, it's going to be the Warriors again.
Oh my God, JaVale McGee. Who's JaVale McGee dressed like? Okay, I'm gonna send a picture right here before we go. I'm gonna text it to the group right here. I'm gonna make a score prediction, but before that, we're gonna look at who JaVale is. My score prediction is Cavaliers 200, Warriors 135.
Seems drastic, but
what is this,
drastic. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over on that one. No, my actual score prediction will be. I think it's gonna be a really, really good game. I'm gonna say Cavs 105 to 100. Golden State 101. I'm missing the Cavs win game 2. There it is.
I just think JaVale McGee's swagging out. I don't think he's dressed as anyone.
I like those glasses. He looks like
I just think he's got some new swag now that he's playing on a winning team.
he does have a lot of swag. He looks
He's got the earrings, got the throwback jacket.
for any of those wrestling fans out there. He looks like the third member of Public Enemy.
Yeah. And he's got
did
some round shades. The kids love the round shades these days.
Did you watch wrestling, Shake and Bake?
I am not a huge wrestling guy. A lot of people find that surprising, and it just was never really on in my house
a wrestling guy
growing up.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
It should have been on.
It's not that I don't.
And I know,
like I now watch like Royal Rumble every year and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a kick out of it, but it was never really a thing for me.
And I'm not talking about the rap group. I'm talking about the tag team.
Yeah,
wrestling tag team, the Public Enemy, the wrestling tag team.
Fair enough.
Not the rap group. Not the rap group. No.
Not Flavor Flav.
Not Flavor Flav. No. Public Enemy.
All right. So game 2, I think it'll be closer, but the Warriors are still going to win. 118 to 112.
6-point win. So they're not going to cover.
No, they're not going to cover.
Okay, I feel that. I don't. And Rayman has the big. What you have the 23-point victory, Rayman? Is that what you have?
I have a 15-point victory, 110 to 95.
Oh, I thought you had 118 for some reason. Okay, that still wouldn't have been 23, but or that would have been. My math's bad. 23. That would have been 23. So yep,
you're right. But
right.
Yeah.
All right. So we good to go, guys?
Good to go.
We excited for game 2. Let's end it.
Of course, we're excited for game 2. We have to wait 3 days because the NBA just has to market the shit out of these finals.
Of course.
All right. Well, Rainman, Diva, bid you guys adieu until the next SchmoTable. We'll see you after game 2.
All right.
All right.
Hey.